All right, to start off the debate, we're gonna have our first question go to Mr. Trump here. So, do you think torture is necessary when an ISIS conflict occurs in our country?
Oh yeah, totally. Torture totally works. You know, I made a promise to take down ISIS, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Torture the Al Qaeda, the ISIS, the all Muslims. You know, it's totally an effective way. And I have folks that tell me, interrogation doesn't work. It does work. I have these folks to do. So, torture works.
Okay, Mr. Trump, a little over time, but Governor Johnson, anything to rebuttal for that?
I feel that another form of interrogation would be necessary rather than torture. That's not what this country is about. Our country is about freedom and liberty. Not torture and interrogation, but in some cases, I do see when interrogation is necessary and why we're so quick to torture. But torture is an ineffective way of interrogating.
Okay, moving on to the second question of the debate. So should the U.S. continue to use their methods of torture in Guantanamo Bay? Mr. Trump here has the first answer.
Well, how the heck else are you going to get the information? They stepped in our country, meaning that they understand our rules and what we do to terrorists like them. I'm sure everybody here knows that, they say torture is bad and all, but, torture works.
Okay, Governor Johnson, I believe you have something to say for that.
Yeah, I'd like to reply to Mr. Trump. I don't know if you realize that torture is illegal in American prisons, and absolutely not. Trump may be ignorant and all, but just put yourself in their position and tell me what you would want. Would you want to be tortured for the information you had? I'm sure everyone knows Guantanamo Bay and the practices they have there, and there's something I am running to stop, and that we should understand that torturing is ineffective.
All right, thank you, Mr. Trump here, and Governor Johnson won't be moving on into our second part of the debate in a quick minute.
Moving on to our second segment of the debate, we have, again, Governor Johnson on the right and Mr. Trump on the left. Well, Mr. Johnson, now to the next questions. Should the United States spend its tax dollars on funding Planned Parenthood?
First, I'd like you to respect that my title is Governor Johnson, and although I believe that the United States government should be out of everything concerning medical care, this is an exception. Planned Parenthood helps millions of women, and without it, they would not be able to access certain healthcare services. So if we defund Planned Parenthood, this would be discriminating against women who cannot afford healthcare.
Okay, now you, Mr. Trump.
I understand that Planned Parenthood have helped millions of women, but I don't support how they provide abortion. It's crazy. They help support abortion for women. I am pro-life because I don't support this. They want me to support this, but I do not support this because they don't help women. Because I am pro-life, I would defund it.
Okay, on to our next question. Governor Johnson, are you willing to make a compromise on the funding of Planned Parenthood?
Thank you for calling me Governor. Of course, I would like to come to a compromise if we have to, definitely. I understand that we must cut the budget of many things nowadays, and that Planned Parenthood won't be an exception. I would rather have a compromise than shut it down completely.
All right, Mr. Trump, your rebuttal.
Look, everyone knows that I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. I support the help of Planned Parenthood, but they're killing babies. They're killing babies. And I don't like killing babies. Who likes killing babies? So I wouldn't fund it. Why would I fund something that's killing humans? But compromises are good. I like compromises. And I do compromise. Business, everything is a compromise. To make money, you have to compromise. To do things that are good for our economy, you have to compromise. So I'm willing to make a compromise.
All right. Thank you. We will now be taking a 30-second break.
Okay, our break is over. As you can see, Governor Johnson has switched to the left and Dr. Jill Stein is on the right. Okay, the first question is going to start off with Dr. Jill Stein. Okay, focusing on higher education, how would you be able to provide college to students while keeping the student loan amount to a minimum?
Well, that's easy. Thank you for asking. We'll be using the taxpayers' money to gradually lower the cost of education for students. If we're able to bail out the Wall Street crooks, then we'll find a way to bail out the students who are being harmed by corporate crooks and who don't care about the citizens.
Okay, Governor Johnson, your rebuttal.
Just one thing to say. I agree with Jill Stein. I want college to be free, but I believe her execution is not as good as mine. Firstly, we need to remove the Department of Education. They steal 5 cents from each 16 cents that are promised from each dollar to schools by the federal government. Then that would cause school tuition to decrease since they have more money. This means less loans for the students and less loan opportunities for the students, meaning that they would be granted more free college, while only a small amount of students would have to pitch in for a higher education.
Okay, second question. This one mainly points to you, Dr. Jill Stein. How would creating free colleges and universities affect the tax system in your presidency?
Well, first of all, I know how it feels to be poor, to be taxed as much as the higher by more large corporations. Secondly, increasing tax on the rich and the corporations is a no-brainer, since they keep the most amount of money, but they do not pay a fair amount back to the state, where the money can be used to help with higher education. I'd definitely increase the tax on the rich by a small margin, where it is effective enough to create a big change in our country's financial stance.
Okay, and in your case, Governor Johnson, how would not creating free colleges in your universities affect the tax system in your presidency?
Well, in my presidency, I believe that I would not exactly touch the tax system, because I feel that it is, in majority, a sustainable process. However, I support the free market and feel that the government should not interfere with too much within the people's business. Raising taxes on corporations should be none of our business. They work for their money, so we should allow them to have it.
Okay, thank you too. This is the end of our debate. And join us sometime, I don't know when, for our next debate. Thank you.